Hi guys, in this video we'll talk about how galactose enters glycolysis. Hexokinase, which is the first enzyme in glycolysis, can work on glucose, fructose and mannose, but it can't work on galactose. So galactose is converted into glucose 6-phosphate in 4 different reactions. The first reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme galactokinase, and by looking at the kinase you can see that this enzyme either phosphorylates or dephosphorylates our molecule. In this case the galactose is going to be phosphorylated and it gets converted into galactose 1-phosphate. During this process 1 ATP is converted into 1 ADP, which I didn't draw it here, and 1-phosphate comes from ATP to galactose to make galactose 1-phosphate. In the second reaction is catalyzed by enzyme galactose 1-phosphate uridylyl transferase, and in this step galactose 1-phosphate reacts with UDP glucose to make UDP galactose and glucose 1-phosphate. So what happens is that the 1-uridine and 1-phosphate moves from glucose to galactose to make UDP galactose, and the remaining portion of the UDP glucose becomes glucose 1-phosphate, and that reaction is catalyzed by enzyme galactose 1-phosphate uridylyl transferase, and transferase because it's transferring the uridylyl from glucose to galactose. The third reaction is catalyzed by enzyme UDP galactose 4 epimerase, and in this reaction the UDP galactose is converted into UDP glucose. Now this enzyme is called epimerase because galactose and glucose are epimers of each other, and this reaction is basically changing one molecule to its another epimer, and it's called 4 epimerase because the epimerization happens in carbon number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, so on this carbon right here. So you can see that how this UDP glucose is recycled. So we had UDP glucose in the first case, we made UDP galactose, and then the UDP galactose is converted back to UDP glucose. We can go and start next cycle all over again. In the fourth reaction, now we have this one glucose 1-phosphate over here, and in this fourth reaction we convert glucose 1-phosphate of here, this is our glucose 1-phosphate, to glucose 6-phosphate by phosphoglucomutase, and glucose 6-phosphate is the second compound of glycolysis. So this is how galactose enters glycolysis. Thank you for watching my videos. If you guys have any question, please post it below. Bye.